What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And in today's video, we are going to be discussing the Straw Hat Pirates, the brand new Super Sugo Fest exclusive character in One Piece Treasure Cruise. If you guys didn't see my community post, yeah, look, we had to go relatively deep on part 1, but hey, we ended up getting the Straw Hat Pirates, which means we're all in on part 2 to try and get my man Roger and Edward Newgate. Really excited about that one. But in today's video, I just want to make a discussion video talking about this unit, because this character honestly seems a lot crazier than we initially had thought. Now, I don't really know if the optimal passage of using this unit would be using double Straw Hat Pirates. I honestly think just using them as a hybrid is probably going to be the best way forward, or even just having one of them on your crew, just getting access to that final tap is a really nice addition as well. One thing to note about their final tap that we've actually just discovered recently is that it actually allows you to bypass enemies' resilience effects. So for those of you who don't know what it does, basically if they're the last character to attack, the rest of the damage that your crew did before their attack is added on top of their damage. So obviously level 1 it takes a quarter of the damage that you've done, but at level 5 adds 1.2 times the damage that you previously dealt on top of his normal attacks, and it bypasses resilience effects, and it just makes this character's last hit just do so much damage. But in today's video, I want to talk about their captain ability. Now, their captain ability has a really unique effect that says, if this character is a captain, specials that are applied to a certain type or a certain class will actually apply to the whole crew, excluding specials that apply to certain positions, rarities, cost, or apply to their own character. This particular effect is extremely strong, and in this video I have a current list of things that I want to show to you guys just to show how you can use this character to your advantage. Even if you don't own the character yourself, in a hybrid functionality you'll be able to do some really cool things. So hopefully we can show off a lot of these really cool things about this unit, but also there are some things that a lot of people may have had questions about that we will also cover in this video as well, just to give you guys a bit of a heads up and what you guys should be expecting with this unit. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to cover everything in its entirety, but if there are any other nuances that you guys think need to be discussed, definitely leave them down below in the comment section. Hopefully I'll get around to doing them, because this is a very interesting unit that I think needs more attention. So let's go ahead and jump into the first part of the video. So the first part of this video, I want to just show you guys some of the basics that this character is able to do. Now, we're using them in a hybrid functionality, and we're going to be using Sanji as our main captain. Remember that whenever Sanji is the captain, he automatically launches his special at the start of the quest, and his special ability will provide an orb boost to your Sai, Fighter, and Free Spirit characters. So what we want to do is we want to go ahead and use this character in the content and just show off that that particular effect of his orb boost only applying to Sai, Fighter, and Free Spirit can actually apply to all characters on your crew instead. So we're going to start things off here just as just a basic crew here. We're going to launch the special ability of Sanji, and you'll be able to see there that his orb boost, it doesn't have a particular restriction on it. It usually will go and show you which classes or color that orb boost is activated for, but it actually will work for everybody, which is a huge benefit. We'll go one step further as well. We'll actually go ahead and move on to the next stage, and then we'll actually launch his special ability, because remember, if you have an orb boost active, he's going to give you an attack boost instead. And once again, that attack boost will only activate for Sai, Fighter, and Free Spirit characters, but we can launch the special now of Sanji, and then the attack boost now has that rainbow medallion right next to the icon, meaning that that attack boost is activated for all characters on the crew. So this is just showing one component of how this character can hybrid well and function with Straw Hat Pirates. And I mean, this is just an example, but basically any orb or attack boost that you have that works for a specific class or a color will also work for all characters, so long as one of the captains is the Straw Hat Pirates. So the next example that I want to show to you guys is the ability of slot change. And we're going to be showing that off with the Fire Tank Pirates. Now, the Fire Tank Pirates have a really cool special ability, and it's extremely powerful, but one of the problems with it is that it only works for shooter and driven characters. So obviously for his own teams, it's amazing. So his special ability reduces special bind, reduces damage effects on the enemy as well, but also changes shooter and driven block, recovery, and all type slots into matching, and then applies the slot change impossible to those characters, and provides a 2.5 times attack boost to shooter and driven characters. I think the Fire Tank Pirates might be one of the best examples as to why the Luffy and the Straw Hats are going to be one of the most powerful legends moving forward, because after launching the special ability of the Fire Tank Pirates, normally every component of their special would work only for shooter and driven characters. Now look, in this team example, Luffy is the fighter free spirit, so he shouldn't be affected by this, but due to the effect of the Straw Hats, you'll see here, he is actually affected by it. So you can use that in a lot of really cool ways and ensure that you're going to get a full board of whatever slots that you want to get. So that's really, really cool that this character is able to provide that. And not only do they provide those slots that can be kept for multiple turns, but also providing that 2.5 times attack to all characters is just immensely powerful. So good. Moving on to the next example, there are a couple of things I want to show here. This one, for example, with the Stampede Raid Sabo, his special ability provides a color affinity boost to side dex and strength characters, and also makes their type slots matching also for 2 turns. Now, all of those effects are typically only for side dex and strength characters. However, after launching the special ability of the Sabo, not only is the color affinity going to activate for all characters, but also the beneficial orb effect will be activated as well for all the characters. As you can see, the little rainbow medallion is for both of those different buffs on our crew. So that is, again, another really cool example of different effects that you could potentially use for your entire team. And then just another showcase here of this limited rare recruit Kobe, who I think is actually kind of an underrated unit and actually might see more play with the new Straw Hat Pirates, because he allows you to lock your slot and boost driven characters attack. So you'll be able to just get like an orb lock and a 3-turn attack boost to all characters on your crew with one special activation. Like, that is so good. Like, that is actually amazing. So there you go. Once again, another example of how the Straw Hat Pirates can utilize different characters on their crews to get around different things at different opportunities. Just a really, really cool unit overall, man. Like, I mean, like, legit at this point, it's like, what can't they do? So here's a little bit more of a nuanced special ability that we can talk about, and this one is a V2 Shanks. This guy's very interesting because he gives a chain lock, which is great, but then also says that if you've got 4 or more characters that are of the same type on your crew, changes all slots, including block, into that dominant type. So in this example here, we have 4 int characters, which means that when we activate the special, we'll get a full board of int slots, but he also will provide a 2.25 times attack boost to the dominant color, which means normally in this situation he would provide that boost to int characters as well. However, with the Straw Hat Pirates as our friend captain, when we launch the special ability of V2 Shanks, it's actually going to go ahead and provide a rainbow 2.25 times attack boost instead. So as long as you can treat those other slots as beneficial to your team, V2 Shanks might also be a pretty awesome addition to your crew. So we'll go ahead and pass the turn here real quick, because I do want to actually show off another character on this team here, which you can see is going to be Kizaru. Kizaru is very similar, and why I wanted to show it off, because he's extremely similar to what Shanks was. This guy basically gives you a 3-turn 1.75 times attack boost to characters on your crew that match the same color as your captain. So in this example, when we launch Kizaru, normally it would provide the attack boost to int characters. However, when we launch Kizaru, it's actually just going to be a straight up 1.75 times attack boost to all characters, and once again provide the orb locking effect, very similar to limited rare recruit Kobe, which we just go ahead and showcased. This is also good a time as any to talk about Jhordyn Jones, and just talking about special cooldown reduction in any capacity, because normally he would reduce the special charge time 2 turns for powerhouse characters. This is also an effect that can activate for all characters on your crew. Normally, none of these characters here would actually get the cooldown reduction. None of them are powerhouse units. However, when we launch the special ability of Jhordyn Jones, due to the Straw Hat Pirates as our friend captain, all characters on our crew will be receiving the -2 special charge time, as you can see there. It's just such a really cool effect, man. Such a cool ability. And then, of course, it's no surprise to anybody that when we launch the special ability of Marco, which would normally provide that color affinity boost to Psy, Int, and Powerhouse, I want to say it is. I'm pretty sure it's Psy, Int, and Powerhouse. He actually will provide that color affinity boost to all characters instead of his current restriction. Again, Rainbow Medallion next to the attack boost, next to the color affinity boost. This character does so much. So now that we've talked about so many different things that actually work with the Straw Hat Pirates, we need to talk about a couple of different components that don't activate rainbow effect when you use the Straw Hat Pirates as one of your captains. So there's a couple of things we're going to showcase here, but I just wanted to show you the team before we head into it, because we do have that support character on lore to showcase that. Alright, so a couple of things that we're going to be showcasing right here. Remember, we do have the lore support on Mihawk. So when we launch the special ability of Mihawk, it actually will give us a rainbow attack boost. However, lore's support effect says that if we have a damage dealing special, it will provide our int characters with a 1.75 slot effect boost. So when we launch that Mihawk special ability, it is going to activate that lore support, which unfortunately does not provide a rainbow orb boosting effect. As you can see here, when the orb boost gets activated, there is the little icon of purple, which indicates that it's only activating for int characters. However, there is further things that we need to showcase here as well. When we activate the special ability of Moria, that's fine. It's going to, this would actually give us a rainbow orb boosting effect, but there is actually something that's going to be occurring in this next turn that we actually need to have a look at. Another thing as well, any type of switch effect that you actually have, any type of switch effect that will give you some type of class or color boost will not actually activate. We're going to use the switch effect of Sabo Koala, which gives a color affinity boost to Cerebral and Free Spirit. And we activate that switch effect, you can see that their switch ability is going to provide color affinity, but it's only still for Cerebral and Free Spirit characters. So we're going to go ahead and hit 3 perfects and pass this turn here, and then see what happens after this turn concludes. So normally, because we hit 3 perfects and due to the clock buff, certain buffs are going to be activating, but you do have to note that Mihawk, if we hit 3 perfects, provides another attack boost for our int characters in the following turn. However, in this situation here, the attack boost is only activating for int characters, and the same thing with Moria. He provides that clock buff, which says that after 1 turn has passed, he gives a color affinity boost to Driven and Powerhouse characters. That effect also is no longer a rainbow activating effect, so you have to keep that in mind. Special abilities that provide a buff in the following turn, or if you hit a certain amount of perfects to get that buff in that next turn, will not be rainbow effects. Only rainbow effects will be activating from when you activate the special on that exact moment. Any effect after the fact will not activate. Same goes for support effects. Support effects are not going to be classified as rainbow buffs, and the same as switch abilities. They are also not classified as rainbow buffs. And then one of the final components that I want to talk about is super type specials. So I'm going to be using the example here of Boa Hancock, which arguably has still one of the best super type specials that we've seen. This ability, when we activate it, will change all slots, including block, into Psy slots, and also boost the attack of Psy characters by 2.5 times for 1 turn. This effect, unfortunately, does not activate in a rainbow capacity. So this super type special is going to provide still the 2.5 times attack boost to our side characters. It seemingly is only special abilities that activate from actual specials of characters rather than super specials or, you know, their switch effects or anything like that. As you can see, the attack boost is only for your side characters. But that's pretty much all the components that I have listed right now in terms of, you know, using the Straw Hat Pirates in actual content. So obviously there are things that don't activate, but there's still a lot of things that do work with the Straw Hat Pirates. So before we end this video, I'm just going to show you a couple ways that you could kind of abuse this new functionality with the Luffy and the Straw Hat characters. So like, for example, we could use the Roger super type and then the combination with him and Odin. We already know the full board of Wano slots. It's absolutely amazing. So you love to see that. But now that we've already talked about it, we can actually go ahead and use the special ability of the Fire Tank Pirates, which will give us that attack boost, as well as the Orb Changing Impossible effect. So we can actually conserve these Wano slots like pretty much forever, as long as we don't hit a perfect. And remember, because Wano slots just increase the amount of damage that we will passively do, sometimes you don't even need to hit those perfects anyway, right? I mean, like, at this point you could just use the Straw Hat Pirates if you wanted to as well, to extend the duration of the attack and the orb boost that you get. Like, there's just lots of really cool components that you could just use, and the fact that this character can do so much by themselves is just absurd. I mean, look, even in a situation where you're not having all of these buffs activate, you can use their special ability to provide attack, orb, affinity, chain boost, rainbow slots, and use other orb locking mechanics, you know, to your advantage. But anyways, that is going to conclude the video today. Just wanted to make this video to kind of research and explore and to show you guys how amazing this character actually is. I think they've done a really good job designing this unit. This character is going to be a lot of fun, and I'm really excited to see how some other people are going to be abusing this mechanic of this brand new character to just steamroll content. The fact that this character can just abuse this mechanic and use essentially any unit in the game. Obviously, there are restrictions to that, but more or less, it can use a lot of really powerful units where, you know, normally a fighter and a free spirit character shouldn't be able to use these characters together in such a way. But anyways, that is going to end this video today. Thank you very much for watching, and if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to go ahead and leave a like, and if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.